I think it's time we take a trip to the
Hi guys! So welcome to my very first Q&A vlog. So this is it. I got some questions from a lot of you guys and some of my friends. The first thing that they wanted to find out was about my background. These questions are from Jay, Viola, Pinoy vlogger next door, that's Archie, Chill with Del, John Libs, Philippine Islands Adventure, Milo, Filipina Expat, and my friends Redgie, the tour guide from Malolos, Bulacan, Basilio, Dana, Melissa, and Riziel. The first question is, let us know your background before vlogging. Where are you from? I am from the Philippines, but I moved to California a long time ago, more than 25 years ago. I'm from LA, but we moved to Northern California, so San Francisco Bay Area and Sacramento. What are you doing for work? I work in marketing. What are your hobbies? First, vlogging, obviously. I also do photography. I'm a wedding photographer and I also do fine art photography. I'm a painter, so I do watercolor and acrylic painting. I listen to music, both old and new, and I love discovering different kinds of music. And I'm a Koreophile, so I like K-pop, I like Korean dramas, films. I listen to Korean indie music and Korean hip-hop music. Second question, what's your motivation in doing your vlogs? What really motivates me to vlog is that I get to travel because I do travel vlogs and I like traveling, and I get to learn about different places and different cultures and languages. And through vlogging, I get to impart some kind of knowledge to my audience about the places that I visit. Who influenced you to start making videos? More than 20 years ago, I had this crazy dream of being a travel host, just like Rick Steves and Huel Hauser. They're really my influences in terms of travel hosting and travel vlogging. And more recently, I started watching Mikey Bustos, Will Dasovich. When I started watching Will's videos, I was really inspired because he would keep on saying to start vlogging, and it didn't really matter if your vlogs were perfect, just get something out there, just get something that's good enough, and while you're doing it, you get better at it. From there, I just decided maybe I should just start vlogging and see where it leads me. That's why I'm vlogging. What makes you a different vlogger from other vloggers? I go to a lot of historical areas because I love history and learning about old things and things from the past. And so a lot of my vlogs have some kind of historical reference or looking back at the past. I think that's what makes me different. And I also do fact checking a lot. The next question is about travel. The next set of questions are from Mackechnie, Filodapper, that's AJD, the former celebrity in the Philippines. Thanks, AJ. Blaire Bustillo, Random Half Rice, that's Duke from Seattle. Mich Rod, Mike's Grillin, Martin Tabañag, Justify, Totoro the Traveler, Everything About Metal, Tony Fan, and my friends, Lapriya, Anna, Mizrahi, Dana, Basilio, Reg, Shivan, and Jeanette. First question about travel is, how many countries have you visited? I've visited 17 countries to date, and I listed them in my About page on YouTube. When did you find out that you like traveling? From a very young age, I've always liked traveling, and that's really because my parents always took us to outings and excursions every time there's a holiday, or when it's Christmas break, or when it's summer break. Like, we always traveled, and it was really nice because my dad planned all of our trips, and we even had like diagrams of who's sitting where in what car and who's bringing what, like if we were having a convoy or if my relatives were bringing some food or anything like that that was needed for a trip. So that really instilled in me a love of traveling. Where's your favorite destination? That's a really difficult question because I have several, but I do have top 4 travel destinations or events that really led me to love traveling and to want to continue it. My number 4 is about 3 or 4 years ago, I actually won a place on a tour of San Francisco inside a trolley. For me, that was like a sign that maybe I am meant to travel and share my experiences with people. But then at that time, I wasn't vlogging. My third favorite destination is Mexico, and Mexico City to be exact. Back in 2010, I took a trip to Mexico City. In Mexico City, there's the Central Historical District, where the National Palace is, where the Presidential Palace is, the National Cathedral, and all of these government buildings surround the Zocalo, and it's basically a plaza. In the middle of the plaza, there was this temporary exhibition. This photographer, Willie Sosa, you guys should check him out. He's a really, really good photographer. He took photographs for a campaign for the Mexico Department of Tourism. He had an exhibition of photographs from this project. It was a free exhibition, and so we went to the exhibition. There was a very, very long line, but since we were in the Zocalo, in the middle of this plaza, we decided to go. As soon as we walked in, people were crying. I mean, every time I talk about this, I get really emotional because it's such a profound experience for me. People were crying and just looking at these stunning images of Mexican life from different industries in Mexico, different tribes, different types of Mexican people, the animals, different types of landscapes in Mexico, different types of architecture, and all of that stuff. People were literally crying just looking at these stunning images. And for 1 or 2 seconds, I felt like I wanted to be Mexican so that I could be one with them at that very moment. And that's when I felt what it's like to travel and really be part of the local experience. My second favorite destination is Japan. Back in 2012, believe it or not, I won a trip to Japan from the Japan National Tourism Organization. Before I entered that sweepstakes, I was praying and hoping that I would win. If I were really meant to do this, to travel and be an artist and share my experiences with a lot of people, then I will win. And I did. I literally won. Out of all of the people who entered that sweepstakes back in 2012, I was the winner. That trip included a 5-day stay in Tokyo with 1 day of Tokyo Grand Tour. And there was also 1 day where we got to spend time with a personal tour guide, and she literally took us to wherever we went. I went to the Ghibli Museum. We went to Akihabara. And at the end of that day, we had a 7-course meal. All of that was part of the price. On top of that, I added 7 days to the trip. We had 5 days in Tokyo, and the rest of the 7 days, we went to Kyoto, Nara, and Osaka. That was a really profound experience for me too, because I learned so much from that trip, and it signified to me that this is what I should be doing. I blogged about my trip, but I didn't finish blogging because I was busy working and doing other things. For my first number 1 favorite vacation destination, and it's not just because of K-pop or K-dramas, but that's definitely one of the reasons. Back in 2013, I spent 17 days in South Korea. My first stop was Jeju, and we went to the Jeju Folk Village. While we were at Jeju Folk Village, I told our tour guide, Mr. Kim, that my uncle was a Korean War veteran. He was literally very thankful. Of all people, like, he bowed 3 times to me, and it wasn't just like a simple bow like that. It was a 90-degree bow. He was so grateful. I really felt the sincerity and the gratefulness. And he was saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. It just really brought tears to my eyes because it was such a profound experience. It defined my entire 17 days in Korea. I really wanted to soak in and absorb as much as I can about Korea. I made sure that I learned a lot of things from my trip. We went to so many places. First stop was Jeju, and then we went to Busan, the DMZ, Paju, MBC, Dramia in Yongin, and then we spent the rest of our time all over Seoul. That entire trip was so profound and really defined my experience as a traveler, and it made me want to go out and see more places and experience more things. Why travel? What happens to your mind and spirit when you travel and when you see new places? I learned so much, and I also like eating. I pretty much like experiencing new things, learning about new things, tasting new food, exploring, learning about different kinds of music, meeting locals, learning languages. It really expands your horizons, and it really adds to knowledge base of a lot of different things. That's what it does to me. How do you sustain that mindset after you've left the country or city? Well, basically anything you experience when you're back home, you're learning about new things, especially when you're going to like local places. There's so many things to do. There's so many things that you can learn from. Now that I'm vlogging and looking back at my travel experiences, I get to research about the places that I've been to. That's how I sustain that mindset. Are there any stereotypes that you've encountered as a Filipino when traveling abroad, and how did you handle these? Luckily, I haven't had any negative experiences. Although when I went to Mexico, I was in the Mercado 28 in Cancun, and someone said, "Konnichiwa." And then someone said, "Are you Korean?" I guess it's just a common thing because Asians are not really common in that part of the world, like in Central America. But that's the only thing that I encountered. For which perfect photo would you wait 4 hours to capture? I don't know if I'm really gonna have the patience to wait for 4 hours for a picture. Because when I'm traveling, I'm pretty much on the go. I want to go to as many places and experience as many things as I can. I'm not sure if I'm really gonna wait 4 hours or however long to take a picture. I get what I can whenever I can, and that's it. How do you choose the places you vlog about? I have specific places that I want to go to and that I want to vlog about. Sometimes I may have themes. For example, I have a Sacramento series, so I'm going to all these places in Sacramento, and of course Sacramento is rich in history. A lot of things that happen in Sacramento are part of California history. Thank you so much for staying with me through my very first Q&A vlog. So if you guys are just new to my channel, please subscribe. Click on that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell button so you don't FOMO ever. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Bye!